How does this retreat actually create lasting change? Great question. I love it. Let's get real. Maybe you've had powerful experiences before, but then you go home and things just kind of go back to the way that they were. What creates lasting change isn't just insight, it's embodied experience, it's integration. Even profound experiences like ayahuasca, for example, can feel life changing in the moment, but quickly fade without integration into daily life. On this poly retreat, you're not just talking about your patterns or thinking about how you want to change them in theory. You're actually in them in real time in your body with other real people, people you've just met, and partners if you came with any. For example, I led a session where I asked each participant to name their biggest fear out loud. Once they did that, everyone else in the group was guided to move that fear in their own body, to physically reflect what it would feel like to live inside that experience. When it was Corinne's turn, she shared that her biggest fear was that she was too broken to ever be fixed. As soon as she said it, the room responded, not with words, but with movement. People really embodied it. They were grasping and fighting and collapsing and just embodying pure exhaustion and grief. Corinne was watching her internal world being reflected back to her through all these other human bodies. And as she was witnessing this, something opened up inside of her. She started to tear up and cry, not just from sadness, but from deep recognition, from being seen in a way that she didn't even know was possible. She later said that she has had moments of experiencing care before, more so in one-on-one settings with her therapist or with a close friend, but not like this. Not this level of being witnessed. Not this level of shared emotional presence and empathy. What surprised her the most wasn't just the intensity of feelings coming up. It was that people didn't pull away from her. People she just met 2 days ago, who she might never see again in another 2 days. They stayed with her through her fear and vulnerability with deep openness and presence and love. This was a breakthrough moment for her because in that moment she realized that her fear wasn't real. She realized she isn't broken. She isn't the problem. And actually, she is deeply lovable. When Corinne and I caught up after the retreat, she said that the feeling of being loved and whole was just as strong as the day that she left. In moments like this on retreat, you might feel things that you felt a lot in relationships. That fear, insecurity, that urge to shut down and tense up instead of staying open and vulnerable just to protect yourself. But when you're on retreat, something different happens. You're not going through this alone. You're not isolated in it. You are truly met, seen, supported, a lot of times even physically held, if that's something that you want. This is the kind of experience that creates a very different imprint on the body. Instead of defaulting into old patterns, your nervous system starts to learn, I can feel this and stay connected. I don't have to leave myself or others in order to survive this discomfort, this pain. That is what expands your capacity in relationships on the retreat and even after. That's what we mean when we say nervous system rewiring. So when you go home, it's not that fear disappears. Of course it doesn't. But now your body has a new reference point. You have now felt what it's like to move through the fear and still stay connected, to be in this emotional intensity and still be met with deep love and care, possibly even more than you ever have before. And that changes how you show up in your real life. This retreat gives your body these repeated, safe relational experiences so that by the time you leave, you're not just hoping and wishing that things will be different. You've already felt that they can be.